Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while and we're going to talk about Dead City, and I had some thoughts about Negan, so let's get into it and talk about it. So before we get into the stuff about Negan, I wanted to share this picture I found of the Croat. I don't know who this guy is beside of him, but I feel like I don't know if he was in season 1 or not. And then we have some people, they're wearing masks, and they have these canisters. They have eye protection. Could these be some explosives? Could they be about to attack another settlement? I guess we'll have to wait and see. We do know that Kim Coates is going to play a villain in this, as much as there are a villain. There are a villain as much as there is a villain in this, because we know that Negan's the anti-hero. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where that goes with that image. All right, so now we're going to get into some of this Negan stuff that I've really been thinking about him, and I want to talk about him in this video. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to my good buddy Colt Snacks. He helps me with the Dead Talk podcast. He's kind of my co-host, or maybe I'm his co-host. Either way, we've been working on this together. He's out of town right now. He's helping a family member build a porch. What a guy. And so yeah, if you could show him some love, I think we're going to try to do some lives maybe coming up with our podcast, and invite you to come in and join in on the conversation. But yeah, I can't wait to get back to work with that with my good buddy Colt. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for him. Please show him some love. We're trying to build his channel, and it would mean the world to me if you could help me do that. All right, so let's talk about Negan. I have seen pictures, and I'm sure you've seen pictures too. If you haven't, that was what I led in with the very second picture you saw of him with Lucille. It's not the same Lucille, okay, because he burned Lucille, but so he makes another Lucille, and I feel like they're really leaning into this Negan as a bad guy, but I don't see Negan being like a really bad guy again, like he was before. I think he's going to play this character. Now you can let me know what you think. Do you think that I just don't think they're going to throw away his redemption arc, because I'm going to be honest, when he first came into the show, I hated him. When he killed Glenn, I hated him. Not so much Abraham wasn't like my favorite character. I didn't really, I didn't like the way he did Rosita. But anyway, still Abraham didn't deserve to die, but it didn't affect me the same way it did with Glenn, because I love Glenn. Glenn was probably my third favorite character, behind first Rick, then Daryl, and then Glenn. And it's kind of strange because Negan has replaced Glenn in my list of favorites. He is my third favorite character. If they were to completely throw away his redemption arc, I would feel cheated. I don't know if you would feel cheated or not, but I would. And so yeah, I can't see that happening. I can't see them doing that. I think what Negan is doing right now is he is just playing this role to keep Maggie and Herschel safe, because he knows he has to do this for the Dama, or they might go back and they will go back after Herschel. And we know that, so he's not listed as the villain for season 2. It is actually Kim Coates' character. I don't know the character's name yet. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think it's been posted. I've looked, but I couldn't find anything. So I don't know what they're going to call Kim Coates' character. But seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Kim Coates, and maybe even, I guess they're going to be going head to head. I would have guessed that at some point Maggie will be in that mix too. But those three actors are so talented. It's going to be amazing to see those characters going face to face and just like doing their thing together. So that's going to be really great. But I don't want to see Negan become the old Negan. I don't want his redemption arc to be destroyed, because at some point you have to know that Negan and Rick are going to come face to face again. And when that happens, I want Negan to be changed. I want Rick to see, for one thing, what he did. That he made the right decision by not killing him. And I want that. I want to see that. I want to see them come together. And when they do, I want Negan to still be the Negan that we know now, the changed man Negan. I don't want him to be that, what he was before, because I think people love a good redemption arc, and I don't want to see that destroyed by him being this other thing. I want this to be an act. Yeah, so that's where I am with this Negan stuff. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, you know, because I was seeing the pictures of him with the new Lucille and the leather jacket and the smirk, and you know, maybe even he can have like, this could be like another new Negan. But I don't want to see him being a threat to Maggie. I don't want to see him being a threat to Herschel. I don't want to see him being a character that the Commonwealth is going to have to go against. I don't want him to see him as a character who Rick's going to have to face off against. I want them to be able to, I want to see Rick with Negan be able to coexist together. I mean, when you think about it, Negan saved Rick's daughter. And we don't know because we haven't seen it. It's possible that Michonne already told Rick. That's one thing I wanted to see in The Ones Who Live. But understand, there was a lot to get through in The Ones Who Live, and you know, they rushed it enough to get what they got in anyway. So I can, even though we didn't see it on camera, we know they had quite the truck ride when they got the truck after the building collapsed. So I'm gonna think that maybe Michonne told Rick how Negan had changed. But I still want to see them come face to face, and Rick maybe even thank Negan for saving Judith, and maybe even Negan thank Rick for bringing him back to who he was before. Because yeah, Negan was kind of a prick, but he wasn't that big of a prick, and before the world fell, you know. So yeah, that's kind of like what I would like to see. I don't know that we'll see Rick in season 2 of Dead City. I mean, I'm not going that far, but at some point down the line in these shows, we're going to see it, and I want us to maybe even have like some kind of apprehension about it. Like maybe we're going to think Negan's going to be bad. Maybe, ooh, what if we saw another lineup and Negan was playing the part, and then he actually turns on the Dama and the Crowd? That would be awesome to see. But yeah, that's just some thoughts I had about Negan and Dead City 2. Please give my buddy Colt a sub. He will be back. We will be doing more Dead Talk. I can't wait to get into more of that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think about Negan. And do you think he could be like a real bad, or is he just going to be playing a role for the Dama and the Crowd? Guys, I'll see you in the next video.